Welcome everybody to another brand new video. So with Christmas around the corner, yay! And I've just passed 30,000 subscribers on YouTube. I thought for this video, I'd get us a super special car to do some jobs on. So let's go and have a look at it, shall we? We got a 1967 Fastback Mustang GT-500e recreation. Just have a look at that. This thing, from any angle going, is absolutely awesome. And then you might be thinking, well, it's all looks and no go, but under the bonnet, we got this. We got a 427 cubic inch V8 for us, that's 7 litre, with outerbrook heads and inlet, mated to a 5-speed gearbox. Hundreds and hundreds of horsepower going through this car, so we got to make it safe and mint at the same time. So this car was found in underground parking in London. Some lucky owner had it sat there for 12 years. It's been regularly sort of put on the road just for a check over and then put back into storage. So there's a few bits and bobs to do. Dream Car Giveaways own this car. We're up against a time crunch with this one. They want to list it on the competition site on the 20th of December for a live draw on Boxing Day. They give me a list of stuff to do. On top of that, I've found a few things. They dropped it off in a lay-by 200 metres down the road, and I drove it up here to get it into me garage down the garden. Last night at 4:30, it was dark, absolutely hammering down with rain. Not a good first drive. A lot of the lights don't work. There was absolutely no grip off the tyres. So yeah, we've got a lot to do to make this fast, enjoyable, but most of all safe. So let's get cracking with job number one, which is the bonnet, or if you're American, hood. So the bonnet on this has got 3 little problems, or the hood has got 3 little problems. It's held down by bonnet pins. It's just wear and tear stuff really. Over the years, this bonnet pin's come loose a little bit and it's lifted, and you can see this gap here. From further away you can see it more, and if I give it a little push, just closes up that gap nice. So that's easy enough. We'll just wind this pin down, pull the bonnet down, mint. And the second problem we got is the actual bonnet pins themselves. Now that cable's loose for a start. It looks worn, 3 of the screws are corroded. It's just old, isn't it? So it needs changing. But the worst thing about the way this has been done really is if you take the pin out, this cable, let me just pop the pin out. This cable is attached to the bonnet. So like, where'd you put it? You can hang it off the front like that, but then when you lift the bonnet, it swings around, it's going to hit the bonnet and mark it. I've seen photos of cars online and the cable comes under, it's attached to the car, comes under the bonnet and over and pins in, and then that means when you pull the pin out, you can just lie it down the front and you ain't going to lift the bonnet and they're not going to damage it. So we've got these new set of pins. So I'll pop these on, we'll sort the gap out and the cable issue, and then I'll show you the third problem with the bonnet. Let's get cracking. So we're going to take these off American style, pew pew, and then lift the bonnet, take the old pins out. We've got our nice shiny new ones. Let's just make sure, yeah, they're a nice snug fit. We'll set the height, go a little bit lower, and then we're ready for our cables. So our new cables are super duper long, just the job. I think we'll fix it there at the back, and then when we got the bonnet off, yeah, it will just hang down there. Nice out the way, which is good. And then when it's secure, pin will go through there, and then that hopefully will be looped like that. Yeah, it's going to look ideal, and it's not going to scratch our bonnet, which is good. Right, I'll screw that in, do the other pin, we'll shop the bonnet and have a look. And with them top plates on, let's have a look and see if they fit. That's one. Where's the other one? 2. That's much better, and it's safer for the paintwork. Another good job done. While I was doing this, you might have noticed my genuine Ford bonnet prop. That's our problem number 3 with the bonnet, which I'll get these back off and I'll show you. That's our problem number 3. So the bonnet don't stay open. Now I've got my genuine, look, it even says Ford on it, bonnet prop. Now no one wants to win, that's going to stay, a car that's well over £100,000, keep a big lump of wood in the boot, do they? What we got is a fiberglass bonnet, so it's fairly light anyway, and down here right at the back, 2 little gas struts. They've obviously worn out. I mean, they do in the summer, they get hot, they leak the oil out and stuff like that, get weak over time. They're cheap, you can buy universal ones, so I think I'll order some of them. We'll get them off, but first I've got to do a massive job on the engine in a little bit. I don't want to be working around a piece of wood, so for the sake of 4 bolts, let's get the bonnet off, a bit like this. And with that off, we can pop our little gas struts off, put that down. So let's have a look. That says 130 on there, so that's the lifting force. I know that 100 newtons force, I think it is it newtons? I think so. Anyway, 100 will lift 10 kilograms. We got 2. This is probably for a steel bonnet, we got a fiberglass one, so I think I'll order slightly less, maybe 100, that'll do it, and we'll measure the length and give it an order. They're usually about 4 days, so we'll crack on with the next job, which is the electrics. So, classic car electrics, there's probably 3 causes to problems. 1 is, the wiring gets old. 2, the connectors corrode off. And 3, the most dangerous, is people touching electrics that just shouldn't. You know, twisted wires, scotch locks and tape and 6 million cable ties and stuff like that. When I started out as a young apprentice, the age of 16, nearly 30 years ago, that's a long time, my service manager, John Stockwell, if you're watching, hello mate, he was like a wizard at electrics, so luckily I learned a lot off him. And then when I opened my own garage when I was 25, I used to find all the other garages in the area used to send me all the crap to do with electrics and diagnostics, which was, yeah, joyful. Anyway, I don't have to do that anymore, which is good. Just the classic stuff. Right, I'll take you through the front lights. Let's have a look, see what's working. So, side lights, no. Headlights, yeah. Main beam, which is the button on the floor, which works, but I can see that one headlight is up in the trees and the other one is on the floor. Right, now we've got PIAA buttons down the bottom here. So we've got front spots, which don't work. Front fogs, don't work. Indicators, no, they're not working. And the horn. So a lot to do at the front end. I think the first thing we should do is check the fuses, just in case there's a fuse fell out or blown or anything like that. It's been in storage, somebody might have jump packed it, popped a load of fuses. So I don't know where the fuse box is, let's find it. Good news, I found the fuse box. It was all the way, it's up under the dash, sits above the throttle pedal. It's a bit of a nightmare to get to. So checking the fuses with my power probe, found a little 20 amp fuse that was blown. All good, popped a new one in, and then these switches down here that control the fog lights and spotlights lit up like a Christmas tree, ideal. So pressing the right hand one, that makes the 2 big spotlights come on. They look cool as anything, don't they? Right, next one along is, I think they're fog lights. They've got a flat beam I can see against the wall. And then the third one does nothing. So the little ones next to the headlight that look like goldfish bowls with a blue tint aren't working. Right, let's turn them off. Turn that off. So we'll get the power probe around the front and we'll see if we got power. I can hear it clicking when I'm pressing that button. So more than likely some kind of wiring or a bulb issue or an earth or something at the front. So let's go around the front. So coming around the front, I think I've found our horn problem. Have a look at that. It's just disconnected. That looks like it's the earth. And then down below, we got another wire cable tied up. Looks like it's the perfect length to go up to the horn. Maybe it's been taken off for a show so people don't just beep the horn constantly, or hopefully it's not, because the horn just stays on permanently, but we'll connect that up in a minute. Right, the wiring for that light, there it is. That's weird. It looks like there's something in the middle that's been like added on, because those two connectors look like they would fit into each other. So it's been disconnected. Let's get the power probe. Right, go into the actual light itself. Earth. So we got no power going to that light, and that's with it still switched on. So let's check the original coming from the body. We've got earth, and we got a live. So we got a live there from that switch, but it's been disconnected. Where's this red wire go? Goes across. Oh, and you got the same this side as well, where it's been bypassed. So them two are linked, and then it goes back here and then into the car. Right, I'll do some further tracing. We'll find where this red wire goes. Weird. Still tracing this red wire. I found it here. So it goes from that fog light to that fog light, up past the engine, through the bulkhead, up the interior, comes here, and it's connected to this light, then that light, and then it changes to a red and blue wire, and then goes back down the front that side. So whether it's like UK fog lights or something, let's find where it goes next. Who knows? So I found it. Up under here is like an old mini, one of them silver relays, and the wire is next to it, just dangling, not attached. So let's stick it on, see what happens. Ow. Oh, I can hear clicking. Oh, we've got indicators. Hey! Cool! We must have a hazard switch somewhere. I wonder if the indicators will work now. Where's the hazard switch? Oh, there's a little knobble this side of the column. Yeah. Right, indicators. Damn it. I thought that would have sorted it as well. Well, we got hazards, so those aren't fog lights. Those are actually, I wonder if they'll turn into indicators. No, because they're linked. So they'd both come on. The search continues. We're down to our last lights, and I think they're all working then. Yeah, awesome. Right, on to the indicator fault. Well, that was a terrible job to do. I was filming it, but we're now 9:38 p.m. at night, and after about 6 hours of trying to film it, I just got bored and just wanted to solve the fault. I nearly swore then. I've had all the wiring down, I've traced everything. I know this wiring now like the back of my hand. That light I thought was connected, it's not. The wire goes across and then for some reason comes back across and up the inside of the engine bay and through this side here. So both of the lights are actually independently connected, so the indicator should work. Tracing the wires back, I had a power from the battery to the fuse. You can see this fuse here at the bottom, the 10 amp one. The random thing was if I touched the fuse box, which is what I found after so many hours, and give it a squeeze, it started working, which was weird, and I'll show you why. So if I pull this 10 amp fuse out, can you see this in here? The little terminal, the lower one, is flush, so that's making a good contact. The one above it, it's pushed back about 5 mil, and that's why when I squeezed it, it just made the contact, and then I'd let it go and it would stop. So we found it, but you'd never think that. you know, it tested okay, but the live came in the bottom pin, which had the good connection, so the fuse is okay. It was that connector after. What a nightmare. I'll throw this back together now. I did reconnect the horn, still don't work, but we've got all the lights working now, joy. So I'll see you in a minute. And that's day one, done and dusted on the Mustang. We've sorted all the lights, yay, and ordered them bonnet struts, so they should be in soon. Both horn units ended up being knackered, so I've changed them, ready. They are mega loud, so hopefully my top video editor muted them down a bit for you. Oh yeah, baby. And yeah, we're starting to get somewhere now with our Mustang. Next video is probably going to be a montage of swear words because I've got to do both exhaust manifolds. That's why I haven't started it up yet, because it shakes your eyeballs in your head. This thing is that loud. So yeah, join us for the next one. Like and subscribe and all that lot. And I'll see you again. Ta-da.